keep it simple. My free training tips for novice up to advanced level like myself. Now, why I give these tips is trying to help you protect your body, prevent problems for the future, and also to create fun and focus on what you're doing. Training can be fun and can be enjoyable, but these tips will help you to avoid problems in the future. Yes, I mean, everyone goes to the gym and throw themselves right into it, fantastic. But sometimes they're doing it wrong. Sometimes they're causing problems. Sometimes they don't realise it, they're actually causing problems for the future. And before they know it, bang, they have an injury, they have a problem. So these tips are here to help you to avoid these problems. It's preventive maintenance really, but being sensible, especially at our age. I'm 65, my discipline's changed. For yourself, anyone over 50, 60, it's about being sensible in your training. Yes, you may train for the last 20 odd years, but have you been training right and sensible? Anyway, my 3 tips. Number 1, warm up gradually. Yes, it sounds simple, but you'd be surprised. Some of you have gone to the gym, come straight from the car park, through the reception, bang, on the weights, knocking out the weights or doing whatever, running, they haven't warmed up. And as the time goes on, they don't realise it, but they're going to be causing problems. And before they know it, bang, that problem's materialised. And it's not because it's just done that action, because it's all the previous times they've been training. It's finally come to a point where the body says, you know what, not today. Especially in the winter time, like now. It's so important that you do warm up, be sensible. That will protect and prevent many problems. Number 2, focus on technique. Technique, please. How many times have I seen people use bad techniques? Techniques that's ingraining problems for the future. If you and you're sensible with your technique, you will prevent problems for the future. How many times have you heard someone say, oh, my shoulder, my elbow is giving me jip? Why? I guarantee most of the time it's through their training, bad discipline, bad focus on what they've been doing. And they're just going through the motions of pushing on weight. And before they know it, that technique is not the correct technique, it's embedded a problem. That eventually, over time, it comes out, just like the lack of warm-up. So, using correct technique will help you focus, and also, believe it or not, technique can actually give you a better feel to your training. You'd be surprised if you change the tempo. Ah, boy, how hard that's going to be? Harder. So look at the technique you're doing. Is it correct? You're on a machine. Is it correct how you're using the machine? The seat might be too high or too low. The setup could be wrong. Or you're doing a barbell work, like maybe squats, for example, and you're squatting and you think, oh, I keep getting this little problem on my back, lower back, or your knee, or your hips. Is it right for you? Is that technique, right? Everything needs to be analysed and checked. Just don't go through the motions. Think about the training. So, technique, please focus on that. Number 3, using the correct exercise for your body mechanics. Also, look at the weight loads I mentioned before about squats. Exercise that you're happy with, that you know, oh yeah, this is okay, I've got no problems. If you're using an exercise that's causing problems, step back, analyse it. Is it correct what you're doing and how you're doing it? Or is it just your body type, it's not for you, and you're trying to push yourself down that road? Or you're trying to use weights like you're trying to catch up like a 20-year-old. Forget it. Forget the ego lifting. Forget all that. Think about yourself, the longevity that you want for your body. Do you want to end up in hospital? Do you want to end up with a replacement hip, knee, shoulders, whatever it may be? When you get an injury, you can't train. Remember that, and it will set you back. Training should be about a discipline that you enjoy, so that you just go there and you have fun in a different way. You don't have to have overload on your body with a massive amount of weight. Just use the weight that's appropriate for you and enjoy it. The longevity of training should be looking at over the next, not weeks, months, but years ahead. Here I am. I'm 35 years plus on, and I'm training still, but in a different way. My training phase has gone down different disciplines, but I'm loving it and I'm enjoying it. For me, it's about preventive maintenance for my body so that I can still move efficiently when I'm 70, 80. That's what you should be thinking about. Your joints for the future. Don't cause problems for the future. How many times have you heard people talk in a gym, oh yeah, I'm going to have this operation, like whatever. I guarantee you that could be avoided from the past history of their training. But that's another story. Anyway, remember my 3 tips? 1, warm up gradually. 2, focus on technique. And 3, use exercise that suits you and be sensible, don't overload. And that's all. Enjoy your training and enjoy the fun of it.